Hello, welcome to the New Testament. I just wanted to take a quick minute and talk about this first week, because if you are a longtime subscriber and you're used to all the usual things in our kits, then you'll start seeing that next week, because we did this week a little bit different as an introduction into the New Testament. So I wanted to show you some of the things that you're going to have and you might want to keep around all year long. And then also let you know that next week, you'll start seeing a few new things in the kits and videos just like this, where I'm going to be talking you through some of the items in our kits, why we include them, and ways you can use them in your home in different ways. Because sometimes one item can be used in 10 different ways, and there might be a specific way that's particularly good for your family. So you can expect that next week. Okay, so let me show you some of the things in the kit this week. Okay, the first thing I want to show you are these cards, and it's a game, and it's a trivia game to help introduce your children and your family into things about the New Testament. And there's at the top of each card, as you can see, like that one says occupation, and this is fisherman, and then there's 4 facts. And every card teaches them something about a place, like the Sea of Galilee, or an occupation, like a publican, or here's another place, Capernaum, or things like scrolls, or here's an occupation, a tent maker. Paul was a tent maker. And so there's 30 cards, and I'm gonna laminate mine and keep mine around all year. And we give you instructions for a fun game with these, but they're also just really good to keep around when you're talking about the Pharisees or the Sadducees, and your kids are like, who are those? And then you can pull out the cards and remember those together. So these are gonna be fun. And a quick tip, you don't need to cut these out, your kids can, and if you have a laminator, they can do that. So you can help share the workload of preparing these. If you have older kids or teens, there's a few activities this week that introduces them and helps familiarize them with the New Testament. For example, this is a simple matching game where they have to find the answers in the scriptures. And then there's another one, and I'm showing you the answer sheet here so you can see all the red. So in the red is a hunt and search through the New Testament, and then your kids would go hunting and searching for the answers using their New Testament. And so wherever there's red is where they would write an answer. So I just wanted to show you the answer sheet so you could kind of see that their sheet doesn't have the red. So it's a really good activity to get them actually in a set of scriptures searching, and they can do it digitally or with a physical set of scriptures. If you have little children, there's an illustrated story this week, but there's also this timeline that you can use to help them learn that they're going to be learning about the life of Jesus Christ. And so you can cut these out, and then they just paste them, and they match the pictures and paste them into place, and just visually see that they're going to be learning about the story of Jesus. Also, if you have little children, there's a little checkbox page where they do each thing, like they get a Bible and hold it reverently. And so they're learning that they're going to be learning from the New Testament. And then you walk through all of these check boxes with them, and they get a check each time they do something. So this is a great activity for little ones. Another great thing to do this week is to have a family council, and to have a council about the New Testament and what your goals are as a family for scripture study. And we included a family council sheet with questions that you can talk about and a place that you can write your answers. And you can then fill this out as a family and then come back in a few months and revisit it and remind, and use family councils to get closer to your goals together. Another thing in the kit is this little cheat sheet. And it's something you just want to keep on hand. It's, for example, it's groups of people in the New Testament. It's who the 12 apostles were. There's the books of the New Testament and how it's divided up, things to know, and the written law versus the oral law, and description of that. And then there's also a timeline at the bottom of the page. Just a couple more things to show you. There's this really great scripture study plan for kids, and they can fill out each box and ways they think the studying New Testament will bless them, things they think they're going to get out of it for the year, and then you can save these and bring them out at the end of the year. There's also some fun things like a word search, and it's all the names just New Testament words. And then there's some coloring pages. And there's this really fun game where you just take the books in the New Testament and you race to see who can put them in order. And you might want to save this for several weeks and do it over and over and over again. And as they learn and become more familiar with the books of the New Testament. I'm really glad that we have this week as kind of a soft entry into the New Testament, but also to kind of align our families, and so they know what the New Testament is, but also to make goals that you can then revisit. So good luck this week, and we'll see you next week, and we'll have all the videos ready for you to help in whatever we can do to help you find the things that benefit your family the most.